Hello and welcome to Access Paranormal. My name's Jamie Williams. Joining me again in the studio this week, we've got Jonathan Sullivan.
Hello, Jamie.
Lewis Hayes.
Hello, Jamie.
And Louise Spice.
Hello, Jamie.
Oh my God, I had to think about that then. It was nice to see you again.
Yeah.
The second week in a row you've been on.
Privilege.
Are you going to stay awake this week, Louise?
Yeah.
Tell you what though, Jamie,
What?
you got Louise's surname quicker than you got Access Paranormal.
Oh, yeah, that's true, isn't it?
Yeah, go on, tell
my
him the
word.
secret. Go on, tell him the secret, Jonathan.
Well, he was, welcome to Access Paranormal, radio, podcast, Northwest.
I couldn't
And then we
remember
actually had to listen to a previous show to see what he said.
How many shows have we? This is our 67th show, and I know it by heart, and my mind was completely blank. Thank God for pre-recording. That's all I can say.
Just
Is
can't
that
get the stuff, can you?
No, that's why we got you in. We were getting desperate.
Take 47.
So anyway, we were going to carry on from last week, weren't we? We were talking about
Yes.
something about Louise, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the freaky photo.
And the freaky photo. No, not the photo of Louise. I'm talking about the other photo.
I knew that was happening.
But no, you were showing us, weren't you, a photograph of a woman called Lizzie Bowden.
Yeah. So the picture that I shown you was her mother. That's her biological mother.
Yeah.
And Lizzie basically, she got accused of murdering her dad and her stepmom, and with an axe basically. She got tried and acquitted, and then obviously she got left to live a life then on her own, which wasn't very nice because everyone thought she killed the parents and the stepmom. But no, we watched Ghost Adventures, and it was weird. The corner of my eye seen a picture, and we found out that was the mum, the biological mum.
Yeah.
And the picture is literally like looking at myself, which was a bit disturbing because I was like, well, that's not like, why is that there? And then there's like a child with her, which looks like my son, which is a bit creepy as well. So if you believe in reincarnation or anything like that, or lookalikes doppelgangers, then you're kind of looking at it.
If that's the case, Lewis, you better keep your eyes open, one eye open over night time. If that's the case,
Scary enough.
Oh,
Thanks.
she's not.
I'm only messing.
But no, it is
Louise will be in on
interesting.
her own in a couple of weeks.
I think so.
But the thing is, you got the photograph of the woman, and what we're going to do is get a photograph of you and put it side by side, and we're going to put it on the
Facebook.
The Facebook page.
on the Facebook page. Thanks for helping me out there.
That's alright.
I can't help it. Can't help it.
Dementia.
Working with you three. That's what does it.
When the co-host becomes the host.
So anyway, that's a great story. That one, with Louise there. Now that's going to lead me on to a question, which is going to be: what connections have you got to the paranormal? Louise has got the one with the Lizzie Bowden. Yours is Shrek, and yours is...
Cuts deep, that's on it.
Well, we've been nice here. We haven't put the photograph up on Facebook yet.
No.
Lizzie, yet.
Yeah.
So, we all have that kind of connection, don't we? Where, why we do it, and yours is there. And what's yours, Jonathan?
I haven't got one. Yes, could be fun.
I said paranormal, not normal.
Oh, paranormal.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just have an interest in it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So you've not got that
I like
connection.
the wonderful.
That's why you work with us.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so you haven't got one. What about you, Lewis?
I wouldn't exactly say I've got a big reason, but mine was just because I used to see things in a house, and that was my connection. And from seeing things, it just led more into interest and watching programs, getting more of a feel for it. And then meeting Louise, and that was it. Then we decided we wanted to do it. Well,
let's twist it a little bit, because I'm the same as you. I can't see a connection, but what I have got a connection with is this building, Mill Street Barracks. With my dad being based here, my mum's being here.
Yeah.
There's been dancers here, there's been everything here, hasn't there?
Yeah.
So I've got a huge connection. So I'm a bit, oh, what is it? Loyal to this place because of
Drawn
that.
to
I'm
it.
drawn to it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm definitely drawn to it. And it's strange because the first time I ever done a paranormal investigator, and I told my mum, and she went, "Oh, your dad was based there, and I used to sneak in and see your dad of a night time, and all the corporals or
Yeah.
whatever they were used to go, you know." So I mean, I've got that connection, and I love that connection.
Yeah.
And we found a photograph of my dad on the parade at the back.
That's right, yeah.
So that made it
Yeah.
even more stronger
Yeah.
for me. So I was pleased with that.
Mm.
So that's my connection to this building. And so I'm going to ask you, have you got any connection to haunted buildings?
Oh,
And I throw these questions in, don't I? And
I know you do.
The good thing is the last person should be thinking.
I don't. Ooh, I don't know really.
Well, okay, let's do this.
I don't think I do.
What draws you to this building?
Do you know what, Jamie? That is a good question, and I can't really answer it. But I don't know.
No. Because
It's always active. There's always
yeah.
something. But then there's always something different as well.
Yeah. There's a connection for everyone in this building in one way or another, though, isn't there?
There is really.
We're all drawn to it. I mean, we've been
Yeah.
here hundreds of times. I don't know how many times you've been here, but we've been here hundreds of
I
times.
know.
We never, ever get bored.
You
There's
don't.
always something different every time we come here.
Mm. It's very true.
And we were looking at old pictures before the show. We were looking at really
Well,
old pictures. What you found.
I've never seen them before. I
Well,
don't know about you.
What we're going? No, I haven't. I've seen some of them before, but not all of them.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to bring them off, aren't we? And bring them, download them, and
Yeah.
print them out as pictures because they're fantastic pictures.
Oh, it's superb. It's someone when it was abandoned.
Oh
I
yeah.
believe.
Oh, the pictures are unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
Sorry, I just had a yawn then as well. What time is it now? 2:20 in the morning.
2 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, you're listening to this around 8:10, something like that.
Yeah.
So this is how mad we are.
I know.
So Lewis, what brought you to this? What made you a connection to Mill Street Barracks?
Well, my brother used to be in the Sea Cadets when he was a child, so that kind of gives me a bit more of an incentive to come here. With my granddad in World War II was in the Navy, so again that kind of gives me a bit more of a connection. But as well as that, with me interest in the paranormal anyway, I watched Paranormal Lockdown UK, and when Nick Groff and Katrina was here, that kind of...
Is that the one I was on?
No, I can't
not
remember you on it.
again.
I can't remember you.
To be honest with you, the last time I watched that was when it went out in the October that year. I've not seen it since.
But that was mainly my reason for being drawn to this.
Yeah, it was on a couple of weeks ago.
It's on all the time, Jonathan.
I know it is.
The number of people are going, "Oh, you've seen you on Paranormal."
But do you know when Lewis says that I was in the Sea Cadets when I was a kid?
What was it?
Yeah.
Was that 1914 or the First World or Second World War?
No, it was. I was in the Sea Cadets when I was younger.
So there's your connection with
Probably
here.
is my connection.
And your connections are. And Louise, you've had plenty of time to think about this one.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Mm.
Connection with Mill Street or connection with anything?
With Mill Street. Oh, well, if you've got another place, great. But what's your connection with Mill Street now? We're on that subject.
I've had a lot of family in the war and stuff. My nan survived the war and stuff, and then I've got my granddad. He was in the Navy and stuff like that. So a lot of our family was to do with war times and the gazettes and stuff like that. So if I dug deeper, I'd find out more. But I haven't obviously looked into it too much because it's kind of hush hush in our families. I don't know why, but it is. Right. It's just not spoken about because I think afterwards when they come back from the war, especially my granddad, he was quite strict and quite abrupt and stuff.
It changed him.
Yeah, completely changed him, and he wasn't the nicest person, bless him. But to me, he was everything to me and everything else.
Oh yeah, I mean,
bless him.
I think the war affected people, a lot of people in different ways.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe your granddad came here. You don't know.
What? All over, literally all over. So, because with us being from London as well, he could have been wherever. So it's one of them, really, you don't know where he's ended up, because obviously we don't know too much about it. So
can you imagine if you found out he came here?
To be fair, it shocked me, to be honest, if I found any information like that, because no one speaks about it. It's hard, because you're trying to find out, but then there's nothing there to...
Well, at the moment... Sorry, John, were you going to say something?
No, go on.
At the moment, I'm doing... there's old posters asking for... The poster I'm doing at the moment, there's 600 men wanted for the army. And this poster goes back... It must be the wartime ones, because obviously they're asking them to join the army. And what I'm doing is, because it's in a bit of a mess, and it's one of those ones that... It's on the internet, and it's small and everything else. I've replicated it. Basically, I've looked at the fonts and looked at the style and everything. I'm just replicating it at the moment to bring it back to the way it was and that. And it's great because it's advertising people to come here to subscribe or subscriptions or whatever you call it. Then
like to volunteer or whatever
to join the army.
Oh wow!
So
that with Lord Kitchener on it where he's pointing.
No, that's the army wants you kind of thing, isn't it? No, these are the old adverts from St. Helens asking for men to join the army.
Oh wow!
So when I've done it, I mean, I'll show you it when I've done it.
Yeah.
It's great because I've almost finished it. It's the replication of it, right down to almost the identical fonts as well. Some fonts you can't get them anymore, so I've got the nearest ones possible.
Yeah.
And I've done it exactly the same style and everything.
Wow.
I've even done the backgrounds like yellowish, not yellowish, but vintage, because it's an old poster. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about the posters then, when they first printed them, they'd been pure white.
Yeah.
With the red writing on it.
Yeah.
So I've had to do it like vintage style, because obviously you want to get that
like a yellow with beige type.
Yeah. So when I finish it, you'll have a look at it. And what I want to do is I want to turn them into like little postcards and things like that.
Yeah.
And if we can, and people want to buy them, they can do. And then we can, we've got a little bit of funding for things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what it's for. I want to do that one, and there's a couple of others I want to do as well. So you've got like the posters, what they advertise to come to Mill Street Barracks to sign on.
Yeah.
So they're out there in the public domain. So I'm going to do it. And they were actually printed. If I'm right, they were actually printed on Duke Street.
Oh wow!
Oh, brilliant.
So
didn't we also seen some? I know it's not paranormal related, but we did see some posters for the Beatles, didn't we?
We did for Duke Street on
the Plaza Ballroom.
Yeah,
on Duke Street, which we think may have been where the cinema bar is.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I think it's definitely a connection there.
Well, I've got that one. I'm going to try and bring that one back to life as well. I love doing things like that. Old posters like that, and the way they've done the stars were phenomenal. So I just want to bring them back and make them nice, cleaned up, and everything else. Yeah. It's a little bit of a hobby and a little bit of a challenge. I like doing anything like that, and if we can put them up in the wall here, you don't know if you put things like that up, it might incite
bring
the paranormal in as well.
Yeah, the activity up.
Yeah, so it's great to do things like that.
It is. Brilliant.
So we're all connected in some way or another to this room, and it's funny how we've all connected with each other as well. You came over, you were desperate to talk to us, we could see that and everything else, and you ended up talking to us. Now look here, you're on the show. Shows how desperate we are as well, Jonathan.
Can't get rid of them now.
I know, yeah.
Such a crying shame.
But don't let them hear what you're saying about them.
No, I won't. That's why I'm whispering.
You're all right though, Jonathan, because you usually fall asleep.
Yeah,
yeah. So, anyway.
Speak for yourselves.
Right?
Speak for yourselves.
So, for a couple of minutes, we're going to talk about something I've been noticing on social media, and it's been going for a long time. It's going for a while. And it's cyberbullying. I know cyberbullying goes right across the board to anyone. It doesn't matter who you are, from the top to the bottom, whoever, right?
Yeah.
I've been noticing a couple of people saying things on Facebook and that, people are making comments, picking on them.
Nice.
It's basically cyberbullying.
Yeah.
And it's there's another word for it as well, what they call it, isn't it? And leave them alone.
I know, there's just no need for it, is there?
No. We've mentioned this before, and it's out of order. Everyone's entitled to do what they want to do in the paranormal world.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Everyone has their own different opinions, and that's absolutely fine. If it's good, then that's all well and good. If it's not, keep it to yourself.
And keep your opinions to yourself. Also, the groups.
I know.
Don't. We've all got personal opinions.
We have,
And if we want to talk to it in private, we will do. But we wouldn't come on here and slate this and slate that and cause trouble and things like that. I mean, some groups were going out doing live events, and people were calling the police.
I know.
Ridiculous.
What is the need?
Ridiculous.
There's enough room for everyone. There's a place for everyone.
There is.
There's just no need for it. It just needs to stop.
I've seen the two people who are friends of ours.
I'm
not going to name names.
Yeah.
And they were saying that they went on Facebook. They were fed up of this, fed up of that, and they were on about forgetting the paranormal world, and that's wrong.
It is.
And
they're lovely people.
They're fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic.
Wouldn't harm anyone.
And my advice to them is don't let them people win.
No. Oh God.
Because they're the ones who are winning, and you're the ones who are missing out. Keep going.
That's it.
So anybody out there who's doing cyberbullying, don't. It's pathetic. It's stupid and it's childish.
It is.
Get on with your lives and stop ruining others or trying to ruin others. We're all here together. We all want to work together. I want to work with loads of paranormal groups.
Well, we all want to get to the same end goal, don't we?
Yeah.
And we can all do it together.
Yeah, exactly. And if we share things and we get on, I mean, we do it through this show. We've made friends with loads of groups and people, home and abroad as well.
Yeah.
And
right.
when you listen to these people and the enthusiasm, and it's great. I feel, even people who are on the television are cyberbullied, or there's another word for it. I can't think what it is, but it's basically cyberbullying. You're picking on them, you're bullying them, you're causing them a lot of stress and that. And the only person who's going to end up with no friends are the people who are doing it.
Well, this is just it, isn't it?
Yeah. So do us a favour, stop it and stop it now.
Yeah.
If you don't like them, fine.
Yeah.
But don't go looking for them, and don't comment on their comments.
Well, that's it. I think it's actually illegal now, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a law against it.
Yeah.
Wasn't
should be.
Wasn't there someone done a couple of weeks ago for being racist on Facebook or by text or something? And they went to prison.
Good. Got no sympathy. No sympathy for them. This world's big enough for everybody.
Yeah.
Even outside the paranormal world, it
is.
If people do what they want to do, and they've got a right to. It's their right to do that.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
And who are we to stand and slate them?
We're not, are we? No, no one's better than anyone else. We're all the same. So.
And we all do the paranormal stuff. We all enjoy it.
That's it.
Let's share it and share friendship, and let's do paranormal investigation together. That's what we're looking at.
Well, that's it, isn't it? That's it.
So on that note, and before we finish anyway, just stop it.
Yeah.
You can, but when you try it with us, we really don't care because we just ignore you.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. And there's a good thing called karma.
There is. Most definitely.
So, like I said again, stop it.
Yeah.
Childish.
Certainly is.
Yeah. That's my little bit of a moan there, Lewis and Louise. But it's a pet hate. It's a pet hate, and it shouldn't happen.
No.
I'm sure it'll continue, but just ignore them. They go away in the end. I ignore them.
I know.
Yeah. Or block them.
Yeah. No.
I don't care. I'm still here, still smiling, still doing what I want to do.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, changing the subject now, because we've had a little bit of a moan, and I hope these like idiots listen. We'll be going across to an investigation soon at the SIMMS Cross Pub in Widnes.
Widnes, yeah.
It's never been done before. I went there with Roy Basnett, Jane Basnett, Liz Waugh, and myself. We had a cracking little bit of a night there. It's never ever been done as an investigation, so we were the first ones ever to go in there.
Can't wait.
And what I've done is I recorded as much as I could of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say any more about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you over now to the SIMMS Cross pub in Widnes, which we really enjoy doing.
Okay, so we're in the SIMMS Cross Public House upstairs. Now, this is the first time, even though I've lived in this town all my life, it's the first time that I've ever been upstairs in this pub. To describe it, it's pretty big. At one point it's been used for people who were staying over, probably workers. And so there would have been people that lived there, albeit temporarily. But there would, of course, have been the landlords over the years that would have lived here. So let's have a little look into this first room here.
Do you reckon this was one big flat at one time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this bit, Jamie. If you come in here,
No.
and this looks like
It's the living
there's a
room.
fireplace there. So I think it's fairly reasonable to say that this would have been the living room. Yeah. So as good a place as any to start, I guess, really, isn't it?
Definitely, because this would have been where all the people would have been, wouldn't they? I'm not sitting on that.
Oh, that's a new wall. There's a lot of old walls though that aren't all fireplace then.
Yeah, just saying, I think in that fireplace there, yeah, it looks like it was, do you think it was part of the original structure? It looks like it might have been.
I think that's been built in. It looks like the 1970s.
Yeah, you can tell it looks a bit, it's certainly not in keeping with the character.
Those would be old ones there.
Yeah,
wouldn't
back
they?
of it.
Proper brick.
Should we want them?
Okay. Should we try some...
It's actually used like a maze because it goes off into other little rooms.
Well, as you go through that door, Jane, and through the second door, it's a kitchen.
Yeah, you see the chairs. Ooh, chairs.
Just had a thought, we'll have to be careful with the torches because anybody walking past
Oh,
might think there's burglars.
I'd be pleased.
Yeah.
Isn't
Well,
it?
you probably get away walking around without the
Yeah,
lights
it's not
on.
too dark.
It's not too dark.
Wrong flashing lights we want there, Roy.
Yeah. Okay.
Let Liz sit down there.
Yeah, just
Do you want to grab a chair out of the kitchen?
No, I'll stand because we're not going to be in here that long, are we? We're going to move around, so you sit down, Liz.
Okay, so
At least that's on your...
we're in the living room area. What we're going to call, for the sake of the argument, the living room area. It's unoccupied at the moment, but at some point people will have been here. So let's try and imagine what it would have been like, the activity of people being here back maybe in the 1960s, 70s, or even beyond that, because this is a very, very old pub. Very old pub. It's over 100 years old. In fact, I think the date is actually outside. I think it might be 1886, something like that. So, very old pub. And to the best of my knowledge, Jenny, it's always been a pub.
Yeah. And if you look at the wallpaper's, I'd say the 1980s, 1990s kind of
Yeah.
wallpaper, it's embossed.
It's been a while since somebody would have actually lived in residency.
Yeah.
What was that then?
My phone, I'm going to just turn it off.
So, alright then folks, let's get in the zone, shall we? Okay. Does somebody... I think the best way of approaching this. Okay. We're trying to speak with perhaps somebody that may be associated with this building. Is there a landlord here? Perhaps maybe if there's a landlord here, you could tell us your name. Or maybe you could communicate with us through one of the people that are here, some of the people who may well be tuned. Somebody whisper that.
Can I just ask what the name you said then?
Bobby.
I had in my head, Bob.
Siri, hang on, Jerry. Did somebody speak then?
No, but I heard something.
I've got a whisper.
Did you whisper, Liz?
No, it's a
Bobby.
Bobby.
Well, it's funny because when you were saying Bobby then, I had in my head Bob.
Did you?
Yeah, seriously, on my life, I had Bob in my head.
Bob.
Did you hear thump then? Or was it just the floorboards?
It's the floorboards.
So, we would like to speak to anybody associated with this building, be it a landlord, somebody who stayed here. You might be confused about who we are, or if you can't see us, you might be confused about the voices that you're hearing. You may be in your time now. You may be in your time now. Maybe you're looking to speak to somebody in your time, and we're in the future. You might be in the past. If there is somebody there, I would like you to say loudly and clearly what your name is. We all sit down. I don't know if you want to sit down or not, Jamie.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to spend a few minutes just kind of closing your eyes, trying to visualise this place. To see if, when I say visualise, I don't mean imagine it. Try and tune into something. Try and tune into this place so you can see this room as it was, maybe, back 100 years ago. Try and see that. What would it look like? Put it in your mind. Can you see the chairs? Can you see the tables? Can you smell the food?
You know, I'm getting a picture of right in my head. That wall didn't exist. Now, I don't know whether it did or it didn't.
If you give it a tap, just tap on the wall there, please, Jane.
Behind me?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, it's a partition wall.
Right, okay. So that might not have been there.
Almost certainly not. So that would make this a much bigger room. Is this the living room? Can somebody tell us if this is or was a living room?
There's a noise out
What
there.
was that?
I heard that.
Coming from a different room. Somewhere to the left.
Somebody there?
It was quite loud.
Is there somebody there? Speak to us if there's somebody there. We want to know if you can tell. We're curious here, please. We're a bit lost as to what this room is all about. Can you tell us what this room is about, please? Business? Pleasure? Any names? Liz, you get any names that come to mind apart from the red
That
button?
was the Bob one. No.
I'm going to move over here away from the cars.
Liz can speak to people who might not be in this life, so if you would like to use her, we'd like to give you some information she can pass on to us, please.
Feels quite calm
There's a woman, now it sounds, she's quite a bonny woman, but solid, if you know what I mean. Her hair's back, going grey, loads of grey going through it. Would have been like a brownie coloured hair. The hair's back in like a bit of a, you know, one of the homemade flat bun things on the back of the head. And she's got just a waist-in, but she's got a big bust. It's very busy, whatever it is that's going on. I'm just getting this vision of her to and fro. She's very busy, whoever she is.
Yeah, the name is.
No.
Somebody just say something then.
No.
Oh, I'm asking for her to give me a name.
I've got a name, we'll see if you come up with it.
It's an Edna.
No, it's not the name I've got.
There's more than one woman, but I'm only saying one woman, but there's more than one woman. No.
Okay. For somebody here, try and communicate with us, please. It doesn't matter if you can't physically shout something so all can hear. If you can do something individually. Maybe you can imagine as well that if you were going back to the 1950s and 60s, look at how nice it is downstairs at the moment, but this would have been, you probably wouldn't have been able to see people in here. It would have been that smoky.
Mm-hmm.
Try and think of that atmosphere.
There was a lot to do over a market and barriers as well from around this bit. I can see like produce. I'm not seeing a bakery or anything like that. I'm just seeing produce or people producing stuff to go to a market or bringing stuff in to go to a market. So it must be a type of business going here as well. Well, they used to do soups as well. It wasn't as run as a soup kitchen, but it was. That woman I've just seen, the very busy one, it's like she's doling out soup or something. It's a kids, mainly, movie. The old school would have been around this bit anyway, wouldn't it?
SIMMS School was directly opposite.
Mm.
Maybe she made soups and that for the
Yeah, it's like
the kids.
a hot soup type of thing.
Like a dinner lady.
Yeah. Maybe they catered for the school.
Mm.
Yeah. So this is SIMMS Cross. This is the SIMMS Cross pub. We're directly opposite the SIMMS Cross school. Can somebody speak to us who knows this area? SIMMS Cross. Come forward now, say something to us, please. Preferably not text.
What do you know what I'm visualising? This wall didn't it? It was on the other wall. This was one huge room.
That would have been one big room then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but that's where my history side is kicking in. I don't think I'm picking up psychically. I'm just thinking that this was one massive room at one time.
What they used it for then?
huge amount of interference just came on the recording there.
Maybe they had like, you know, they were cooking for the school, maybe like you said, Liz, they were.
At some point, I don't think it was a permanent thing,
No.
but there was something else going on. And I feel as though this had more to do with up here because she's to and fro, to and fro, to and fro.
I find it really hard to breathe in here. It might be because of the muskiness of it. SIMMS Cross School, teacher maybe. The pupils had gone home, he decided to come over there for a pint, is that right? Mr. Percival. What you can also do as well, downstairs in the actual pub, there is it's a Ouija board, you might be familiar with it. If you like to move things around, it's currently on the number 6. If you can move it to another number, 2, that'd be impressive.
Creek.
On the left here, yeah.
Do you want to move to a different area?
Yeah, well, let's try.
Okay.
There's only rooms.
Yeah, but it was like a younger female, not like an old woman.
It's a squeaky floor.
Come and talk to us. It's okay. Are you the female I saw downstairs? And you know, a song, it keeps going through my head and it won't stop. And that, what's it called? I want to be Bobby. Yeah, that, oh.
And that's Bobby, which we thought of in there.
And it won't stop.
So I wonder if the females was called Bobby. Oh,
Right, boosted the amplification right up on this now. So don't speak too loud, it'll blow my ears up otherwise.
Well, what's that keeps popping down there? See what does here.
It goes really cold when you go over here.
yeah, it does.
This bit. Okay, brave and go down.
What is that down
There's other rooms to your left.
there?
There's another room down there, isn't there?
Yeah, to the left.
Should we have a look in
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
What I'll do, Roy, is I'll move the REM pod into this, to that living room there, and I'll follow you around. Sorry. If you can see this, I'm going to put it in the floor there. If you want to, go next to it and it'll go off, okay?
Like something moved.
On the end of the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like black.
Yeah.
Something black. I couldn't tell you what. Low down.
You know where it dangles, the
Yeah.
quilt thing there?
I don't know whether it was light.
But you can't, no, it seemed like that shape. Weird.
Strange.
when you walk into these rooms, though, you feel a bit depressed. You know, it's like a depressing kind of thing, isn't it? You can't imagine being in here.
Yeah. Old, aren't they, those wardrobes? Wants to sleep in this room.
No.
Wardrobes over here, Liz, and that.
I'll go through some of this. Yeah.
It's a bit depressing, isn't it? It's solemn.
We need to do that. I want to breathe from this room. I think it might be worthwhile going in the pub. Yeah, I know. I think it might be worthwhile going in the pub. Pub's where, that's where it's.
Tell me your name.
That's where people live in.
I'll go and get the REM
Let's go
pod.
to the pub for a bit.
I'll follow you down. I'll just get the REM pod.
It is.
Oh, it's this way, isn't it?
Which way is it?
Left.
To the left.
Okay.
Just go careful, Liz, 'cause there's nothing.
I'll just go and grab the REM pod and I'll follow you down.
And then we can see if we can hear movement up and
Yeah.
up and up here.
Yeah. Not until I come down, you won't.
Just wait for you.
Please. It's going to go off now. I've turned it off until we go downstairs. If you are here, you can follow us down.
It's interesting if we could hear footsteps upstairs now. Might be up there soon.
Thank you.
No, we've been up there to maybe get them, maybe we'll
Yeah.
hear.
Are they recording us or?
Well, it'd be worthwhile doing, Jamie, if you did an investigation here. Take a split feed off that and record.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
Wonder if the what's the name's gone off at all. The noise you can hear is the CCTV box.
Yeah.
Has it always been called the what's it called?
Simms Cross.
SIMMS Cross.
Yeah.
Wonder where they get the name SIMMS Cross, because a lot of pubs now call like the Red Dragon, the Queen's Arms and things like that.
Simms Cross School opposite, that was called
It's the
Simms
area,
Cross, it's
the area is Simms Cross, because there would have been something, I mean the pub, the area's not named after the pub. There was, if you look outside you'll see there's like it looks like a monument thing
Someone.
to Simms Cross. It's called the Simms Cross, the area. So
Because it's like a cross, isn't it? I suppose
Mm.
the way the road goes.
Crossroads.
it wouldn't have been oh yeah, sorry, tell her, yes it would have been, yeah. I have a problem with the sound at the minute when we get money, yeah.
Was it dedicated to someone with the surname Sims?
No, not
No.
well. I don't know, but
Who
it's
gets
definitely
cross?
Simms Cross.
Mm.
So we'll do a good old traditional seance set up.
Mhm.
That might be the best bet, mightn't it? So okay. Although we've got noise outside from the Did you see that then?
Mm.
No? What?
I had a message on my phone said okay.
I've seen it on
It was there. I
there.
thought, what's that? And it wasn't a text message, like a brown screen. It said okay.
Oh,
No?
I've seen this. I
That's why
didn't
went
see the
on and on,
words.
It went
Yeah.
off.
I didn't see the words, but I've seen it like the brown, but I couldn't see any words on it.
What happened then?
Somebody's saying yes to, we're going to do it at an old-fashioned seance. Someone's saying
Maybe
okay.
try.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just try something here.
Okay.
Never done
That
anything.
is that
Yeah,
from the
but-
phone?
It's
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
phone. It's on the phone. But I just want to try something here. I'm going to use a city and just see if the city picks up. Okay. If there's somebody here now, I want you to speak really loudly. Let's pick that up from me. I'm just going to. I'll do it again. Well, it's silly when it picks something up.
Is your text messages normally come up with a brown screen?
It was grey. It was a banner down there, and it said OK.
I seen what you were looking at, but I couldn't see the word. But that could be the angle I'm
I
on.
said, what's that?
Your phone's
And I can't find. It's not there now.
But I can see like a brown strip across your phone at the bottom from this angle. But it looks like the pattern.
Someone wants to communicate with us.
Is that the phone?
Is your phone off, Roy?
No, it's on. It's on. I'll take it out of the equation. I'll put it there.
Will it still pick it up?
Yeah.
It's on flight mode.
Okay. I would really like to speak to somebody who used to come here and sit in this very seat that I'm sat in now. There must have been thousands of people over the years that would have sat in the very place I'm sat in now. I just want to speak to one person. Just somebody come forward and say, yeah, I used to sit there. And if that is, it's just come forward and say, yeah, I used to sit there, my name is.
There's a bit of a creak going on. I don't
That'd be
know
the
if it's
building
the
shifting or
building,
through
yeah.
or something. They're showing me like I'm just. It was like not organised fights, but you know, bare knuckle, stripped to the waist, fighting.
Light, isn't it now? Feels like quite light, not very dark.
There's the fire exit above the door there. And our eyes have adjusted, haven't we?
That's what is directly opposite there, Jamie.
Is that the school? Wow.
The sin that you knocked it down, it wasn't even that long ago.
You could say it
It's a crying shame because it's a beautiful building.
was a cracker.
Yeah.
It was just in a lovely sandstone wall, wasn't it, that run
Yeah.
along as well as the book.
Another piece of history, Con.
So, fantastic.
Is it? Was that where what Asda was? Asda is now. It's gone into the realms of just pictures again now, isn't it?
I'm not just drifting up, I'm just trying to I want to try and picture that what I used to see when I came in. I'll try this one actually. See. Do we have somebody here, right, who was friends with Roy Basnett? Roy Basnett was somebody that used to come into this pub on a regular basis. Is there somebody here that was friends with Roy Basnett? Just tell us what your name is. Are you friends with Roy Basnett? Can you tell me?
Jimmy?
You almost certainly would have known someone of that name, but
This man had something to do with horses.
there was a stable outside.
Oh God, yeah, he said he wouldn't.
There's a horse stable outside.
Is there?
Where the beer garden is, it was a horse stable.
Right.
Horses. That's all they would have had horses for.
But you got to remember that at the time this place was built, Jane, it's pre-car day,
Yeah.
so your motor transport's horse. They probably have like a
Cars.
truck on the cart on the back of it
Mm.
to go and get the beer.
Mm.
Maybe the produce to make the soup. Things like that produce
Yeah.
for the kids over the road.
Mm.
Someone tell us a story about this place, the horses. The horses that maybe would collect the beer from the docks in West Bank and bring them here.
Did you hear that?
Whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear it, Jane?
No.
I picked it up.
Did you? I heard it.
The whistle.
I
Yeah,
don't
the whistle
know. I'd
flew
have to
down.
listen to this. I didn't hear it personally either.
Yeah,
Didn't hear
yeah,
that.
it just whistled. I heard the whistle, yeah.
Copy yours.
Did you hear that?
I just picked it up on me ear.
What was it?
A whistle.
All on one.
Like a deep whistle.
Yeah.
I'm hearing strange noises.
I was just going to ask, did any of you use young?
No.
He's not about a horse.
No? Like some young?
And what does that
Okay.
sound like?
Horses, news.
Horses?
Because that's what I picked up.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just heard it.
Come here, boy.
So if the horses were over there, if I go and sit over there, you whistle, Roy, and I'll see what I can hear.
Yeah. Well,
Is that okay?
You're recording, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You record over there, I'll record here.
Okay.
There was a woman as well, and I've got to say, this is how I'm being told it. She was as awful as a bear's arse, basically. And Irish, and she would get on a horse, with a just scared of her.
Are you able to copy me? I'll move. A lot of car noise over this side. Was any of you tapping then?
Yeah,
Okay.
knock 3 times. See if you can knock back. I pick up voices as well. Somebody there, please.
Would there have been many deaths in here with the what's it called, Spanish flu? Tore through Britain. There's a lot of people died. And do you know what it sounds like? As if somebody's got a radio on. Or it's, you know, in another room but on, like the background noise.
Because I'm not saying it's
Does he knock a wall down?
well, if you look at that, that's a margin. Yeah, this is. Let me stop it here. If you look at the layout of the room, right, the original coding, that's all the original coding there. Right, that is a modern construction. So I'm going to say this wall, it might have been a door, but it certainly wasn't this. So this isn't here. So there's something,
Separate room.
that's a separate room. So you come in here, separate room. See, this one, my dad can talk me through this. And I would say, so this is one room, and this has been knocked out as well here.
I'd say that as well there, Roy.
And it-
See where it's square.
if you look, that to there,
Was
you
one
can tell
room.
there's a lower ceiling here, so there's a cove in there. So that here, that's your wall. Right?
Yeah. And that's another wall there, because if you look at that,
That's not part of it. Well, it would have been, yeah, no, there's a lower ceiling in here. So this is like, that ceiling's lower than when it was originally built. So what you've got here is one room. One room that stops that. Imagine a wall there, and imagine a wall there. And I would say, I don't know if the bar would have been there or not.
Did men and women drink together in the same bars?
Probably not so much in this one.
Like separate room would be the men's bar and the women's bar.
could it also be because the horses were over there? That would have been the door they come into the pub. Once they put the horses away, they come through there and sit in here.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you get the stinky ones, wouldn't you? And the
I'm
non-stinky
think-
ones.
I'm thinking that part of the pub is an additional part. The original part is what they're in.
Yeah, this
Because
is
it would have
here.
been quite small.
Well, pubs were, they were, you know,
was
unless you
small.
went to somewhere like Liverpool, pubs, certainly pubs in this part of the world
Mm.
would have been small.
This interests me here, this table. This one.
As I remember it, because I'm saying I would have come through the door.
Yeah.
See, this. That's new. That's. Oh, this has all been knocked out here. Right. This is a room on its own here.
Yeah.
This is an original room on its own. So if you look, you've got the original cove in there. Original cove in there. So this would be, there's a door and like an
corridor
here. You chop the ceiling down here. And there would have been a door there to get in that room. I'd say there would have been a door to get in this room. That's how I see it.
But it's funny, isn't it, Roy? Because when you look at that room, that's a small one. So that's like a little private room. This is like a private room. And then that one's like a little private room. So it's like
the
three
old
different...
man's room by the fire.
I'm going to try something here, so I'm as if I'm interviewing people.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens. Hello, hello, hello to all of you people in here. Is there anybody would like to tell me something about the place where I'm at? Anybody would like to sing a song? Would you like to sing a song? Anybody, any whistling people? Any whistling people in this room? I just want you to whistle for me. Can you whistle up? Bloody batteries are running out. Whistling people? Batteries are going to go on this. It just eats batteries.
Sorry.
So I've got an alternative.
What do you know, I just got spoons. Somebody called him Spoons.
He played the spoons.
He played the spoons, yes, spoons.
Hmm?
The alternative recorder.
Is there someone here with us now who wants to come forward? Is this your regular every single night? Sit in this corner here, Liz.
I'm getting names popping into my head, but it's probably, there's probably that, you know.
Yeah.
I just had Harry.
Yeah, but if you think about it, Jane, you're in a pub. How many names are going? Really, there's going to be loads, isn't there?
Loads. This is a nice little bit.
Hmm. And the funny thing is, from here, you can see everything what goes on in the pub. You're able to talk to us. I found that fascinating earlier on though, when I was thinking in my head, Bob, and Liz went, Bobby. This is where what we should come round.
Well, it's that song, I want to be Bobby's girl.
This is where we should have a piece of paper, and if we get names, we write them on the paper before we say it, because instead of it could be that we're influenced by names. But
Anybody here? Please, anybody do any whistling for me? Anybody in this room? Any talented people who want to sing? Shout your name out. Yeah, you're coughing. Okay. Hello, I'm coming into this room. Hello. Anybody here? Anybody here that wants? Can anybody whistle? If you can whistle, can you whistle for me, please? I just wonder if anybody knows my dad, Roy Basnett. Anybody know him? Anybody know him? Do you know him in the corner here? What's your name? What's your name? I'm saying that. I'm going to go and have a look in this room. Hello to anybody in this room? Is anybody in this room? Hello, what's your name? Anybody want to talk? Anybody want to shout out their name in this room?
it's an old name now, isn't it, Derek?
Did you just say something then, Jamie?
Yeah, sorry.
Anybody
You just whistle, Roy.
Anybody here? Anybody want to give us a song?
Roy, did you whistle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody want to give us a song? Who do you think's going to win the war? Anybody know anybody on the Titanic? Who's behind the bar? Who's serving behind the bar tonight? Who's serving behind the bar tonight?
Do you know what I've just heard? I don't know whether I picked it up or not or what. Get away from us.
Did you?
Yeah, seriously.
Who's serving? Anybody in here?
Roy?
Yeah?
Jamie's just picked something up through his...
Through my headphones, and it sounded like he was saying, "Get away from us."
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'll do that. Do you want me to go? If you want me to go, you all need to cheer. Go on. Yeah? Should I go or should I stay? Should I stay here annoying you? Or should I leave? You gotta tell me nice and loudly, I need to leave. Should I leave? Should I stay? What about you people in here? Do you want me to just leave or to stay? What do you think?
I've got a surname with that name, Jimmy Brown.
I have to ask his dad if he knows Jimmy Brown.
Jimmy Brown.
Did you ask Roy to leave?
Hello? Hello? Just do a quick walk upstairs, come back down, see if we can get something.
Might I just come with you?
No, I'm okay, do it on my own.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
I might do that with this in a minute. Don't know about on my own, you can come with me.
Get away from us.
Yeah?
God. Not liking us, what we're doing.
They're not used to it.
No. They probably don't understand.
A man called Spoons. Do you want to bang your spoons a bit so Jamie can hear it through his headsets? Play your spoons.
Is that outside?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope so.
Yeah, because that was loud and clear.
It was.
It feels very odd. I
You can hear Roy. Can you see us?
That young woman, thank you so much.
Did you whisper, Jane?
Sheila Rigby, I was whispering her name.
No, did you whisper, Jane?
No, I've not said anything.
I got a whisper, but it sounded like it was coming from your direction. Come and talk to us. You've got myself, Jamie, you've got Liz, and you've got Jane down here, you've got Roy upstairs. Could you tell us your name? Come on, work with us.
Do something to Roy upstairs.
Sadistic Jane.
If it's going to happen to somebody, it'll be.
You're going to talk to us. Is Roy above us now? Because I've just heard tapping here. No, Roy's down there. Roy's there now. Can you talk to us?
Make a noise now, tap and use my eyes.
See ya?
What's that doing?
Can you do that tapping again?
Yeah, I hear that then.
Are you listening to us? Tap again.
Anything happen?
Yeah?
What?
I've had tapping here. As I was asking it.
Hello?
That was me, sorry. Can you talk to us? Tell us your name.
Do you want to try this, Jane? If it works for you. Just walk around, put the headphones on.
Show us that you're here.
Just walk around and ask questions. When you're ready, just start recording.
Roy,
Yeah.
just move a minute.
Which buttons? Just
No, it's not you. Roy, I've just seen movement behind the bar.
Just hold it.
Yeah.
It was like a shadow movement or a movement just behind. See where that, it says, is it Whitley there?
Yeah.
Just there. I've just seen movement across there. I thought it was your shadow from over there. That's why I asked you to move.
This is where I seen that woman
Freaking hell, that's
before.
loud, Roy. Should you turn this down?
You
Should
don't.
turn it off?
Can you talk to us? Was that you moving round?
You hear it best if you turn it down. You can turn it down, there's a thing on the side.
Come and say hello.
No, I just
Roy,
said.
it's too loud.
Do you want to try upstairs?
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to go up. This
Stay
is,
down there, you go upstairs.
Yeah, go on, I'll stay
It's
down.
really loud,
Come on,
this,
Em.
Go
Jamie.
on.
you two staying down here.
You need to
Might
have
be
a
a
go at
volume.
this,
Let's
Jamie.
adjust that volume for you.
Yeah, it's a
before you-
bit
Okay.
loud. It's making me jump.
Right, just keep an eye on this area. We had tapping here then. On it, not on that, but it was the wood.
So if that's going down, Jane, is that going lower?
It's not on at the minute.
Isn't it?
Hey?
Right, is it on now?
Yeah.
Is it loud?
Yeah, it's alright now. Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
It's just bursting you.
It's recording.
Which is the off button, that one?
The big one. Yeah.
You ready?
They're all the same size.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to come upstairs now if you're up there. Can you show yourself? Don't have to. Ready, Jane? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah. There's a big mirror there.
Oh. Oh, Jane, look at this.
Not got a torch.
It's okay. We'll find our way if we have to run. If there's somebody up here now, you've got me and Jane, we don't mean you any harm. Could you tell us who you are? We're going to go in each room.
It does feel.
Did you feel the cold and
coming
change?
upstairs, it's just
Yeah.
feeling. Not a nice feeling going upstairs.
Okay, this one or that one? Let's go into the dark room first here. It's only yours. Do you want to come and say hello? Look at this room, Jane. Is there anybody in here with us? Would you like to make yourself known? Tell us your name. Can you stamp like this?
Can you knock like this? Is this where you lived?
Do you think it feels different up here now? You try in there and I'll try in here. You ready? Could I ask who's in this room? Are you able to move something? There's a lot of items in here that you could move. see if this one's hollow. Yeah, I think this was a partition as well, Jane.
Yeah.
Because, can you see that where that cupboard is there? If you look
Yeah.
at that wall, if you look at that,
Yeah.
on the other side, that's exactly the same on the other
Yeah.
side. So I think this was one big room.
Yeah, and they've divided it up because
Yeah.
they used it as accommodation.
Yeah.
The
So I
rest
think
of
that was,
Yeah.
sorry, dusty up here, but it was before.
Mm.
So I think that was one big room as well.
Mm.
That's solid. Go to your right. Could we ask you to walk around? What was that?
Don't know. I just got a funny feeling in my belly. It's just, don't know. It does feel a bit unnerving.
Jane, feel the difference between here
Yeah.
and walking in here. The temperature dropped quickly. Okay, we're back in the room we first came in, the living room. Is there anybody in here with us now? You able to tell us your name?
Is the lady here that you were connecting with our friend Liz before? Are you here?
Come and talk to us.
Are there any children around? Children that used to run up and down along these rooms.
So just drop right next to me here.
That's what?
Hair's on my hand, standing up and right next to me, just here.
Is it a child?
Feel all the hairs on my hand.
Mm.
Completely different in here now. Could you ask if anybody is in here with us?
I'm getting that,
come-
someone walks over your grave
Yeah.
feeling that, all the back of me, that feeling.
Are you coming close to us? You're more than welcome to. We're inviting you to come close to us and talk to us. Are you able to tell us your name? Was this your house or home? Were you the landlord? You able to tell us whereabouts you are? Feels completely different than earlier.
Does, doesn't it? I reckon if you were here really late as well, late at night.
I think you get more.
Possibly.
Please tell us your name.
Sorry.
It's okay. Please tell us your name. Whereabouts are you now? No, the person who walks round up here. Can you walk round and walk into this room? It's a good opportunity for you to contact us. I know this might be strange in your hearing voices and you're wondering what's going on. But go with it and come towards the noises, what you can hear, which is our voice. Let us know you're here. I'm Jamie and we've got Jane. You try calling Jane because it's a female voice, isn't it?
We've just come to meet you. find out about you. We've heard stories that people have heard you around. So we've just come to say hi, see if you can communicate back to us. Really like to know about you. If you could tell us your name. What year is it you were here? When did you live here? What was this room used for? We're asking a lot of questions, but we'd like you to let us know that you're here by, if you could just make a noise. You could hear your footsteps. Or if we could hear your voice. Can you whistle? Come forward, we're not here to harm you, we're here as friends. Let's go into another room.
Yeah, so it's like they're keeping the distance, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like I said, no one's been here before doing
No.
this type of thing. Probably really.
Yeah, you don't have to keep your distance from us. You can come and talk to us.
Hello?
Don't be afraid. We're just as nervous as you, so just come and talk to us.
Small room.
I don't know whether Roy or someone's coming up, but I've just heard movement.
Can we hear you
Stand
walking?
here.
It's this area, isn't it, that feels a bit more.
Yeah.
This is where there's been a lot of people back and forward.
But this is the main room here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you spend a lot of time in this room, in this area?
Just gonna
Oh, that was you.
bottom of the stairs.
Are you standing down there and I'll stand here?
This is where I felt a bit. Ooh.
So you got Jane down there and you've got me up here. Could you introduce yourself? Because we've introduced ourselves and we've explained we're not here to harm you. But it would be interesting if you could make contact with us. Is there any way that you could do something to show us that you're here and you can hear us? If you want us to stay, we'll stay. If you want us to go, just tell us to go. We don't mean to disturb you, we're just trying to contact you. Is that you then, Jane?
I'm just moving, yeah.
Can I knock on this door if you let me in? Whereabouts are you, please?
Could I hear something then?
I just moved there, that was...
Just move back again and move forward. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's the floor. Yeah. Are you okay with us being here? This is your space. Do you mind us visiting you?
Just gonna go in this room, Jane. You alright there, yeah?
Yeah.
Hello? Are you able to come forward to me and say hello or talk to me? Are you able to do something to show me you're here? There's just me in this room. I really don't mind you making contact with me. It'd be a pleasure to meet you. My name's Jamie. Do you want to talk to us and say hello? It's me moving, Jane.
Can you hear movement? Jamie?
Yeah?
Can you hear something?
I wasn't sure.
It's coming up.
Okay, I'm just here.
Yeah.
Didn't want you to jump.
Can you hear something in here?
Thought I did. I wasn't sure. Is this part of your window where you used to look out? Is this where you used to look out and see what was going on?
Check the time for the cars.
Yeah. Did you used to look out of here at the school and watch all the children playing?
Check the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's Timmy phone. Yeah. Was this where you used to sit and watch out the window and see all the children over there in the big massive school? Did you used to wave to them? Did you provide them with soup or milk? I just thought then this is a great view. Sorry, that's my phone. It's 8:20.
Okay, I need to move the car in 20 minutes. Just
Okay.
go over the 3 hours.
Come and talk to us. So let's see what you looked out on this window. Oh, so here you used to be able to watch the stables and see the horses. Did the children come over and see the horses? Is that what happened here?
I'm just going to go back down.
I'm coming with you.
I'd like to go in the cellar. I've not been in the cellar.
Yeah, that's a thought, isn't it? We're going to go back downstairs now. Oh, I thought that was a step. If you want to follow us downstairs, you can do. You're more than welcome to come with us. We really don't mind. It's a different atmosphere up there.
Yeah, it is.
You alright?
Yeah. It's great. You don't get much traffic from outside or noise up there. It's really quiet, isn't it?
But when you come to the bottom of these stairs, there's a door to the left
Yeah.
and a door to the right. Does that door open? And where does it go to?
It's probably
No, that one's locked, so it's probably storage. That mirror's creepy when you walk out that door.
Yeah. Okay.
Just us.
Yeah.
There's a different atmosphere up there, isn't there?
Moving the car in a bit though, Roy, because it will, if you go for the 3 hours, you do get fined, you know.
It's 20 past 8 now.
Past 8
Yeah, well, we got there just about 6ish, didn't we?
No, well, I could do with going anyway, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I
actually,
think we'll be going soon.
Is this a school?
this is here.
Wow. We're just looking at a picture of the pub. So, if you think that was probably one big room there, with them 2 windows, which is
Well, that's
Or
the
up
door.
there.
That's there, obviously. So you've
Yeah.
got that side and this side here.
yeah. Stunning photo.
It's been coloured, but
Yeah.
they're still.
And the buses still used to go up there.
Well, yeah, I think in view of the fact they've got it tidy up and all that before we go. Should I take
Do you want a quick look? Can we, alright, just go quick look in the cellar for Jane?
Oh yeah, go and have a look.
Okay. We're just going to do one call out in the cellar. Might be a bit noisy. Oh, look at that, Jane. Let me get a photo of that.
Torch.
Oh, I can put that in my pocket, to be honest with you. Here we go. Don't need a torch. Have you got one?
No, when you will when the lights.
That's right, you got a torch. Is there one in my box?
Mine's worse than yours, isn't it?
You have to take the pictures, don't you? Sorry, it's my doorbell.
Oh, somebody at your door?
No, it's because I turned the phone on. I've got to get that picture there, Jane.
Got it. I'm not sure.
Roy Basnett's on a ghost hunt. I'll send you that, Roy. Right, should we go down the cellar? You got a torch, yeah? There we go then. But if we go down, do you want to... Oh, yeah, we'll turn the lights off. You got a torch? It was a silly question to ask. That'll do. I can only fall once, can't I? It's very tight, aren't they, these cellars?
I think that they would have had to carry the barrels up down here.
Oh, it's creepy there. Yeah. You can see down here though, it's quite noisy down here. Oh, it's got a funny smell to it, hasn't it?
So
Yeah.
there's 2 cellars, or is it
It's
just
not.
those 2?
The other one's got all the stuff in it,
Oh,
so it's quite what's the name? Noisy, isn't it? Did you just touch my hip?
No,
Oh. Hmm.
no, definitely not.
No, that. I thought you might have just knocked into me or
No, I
something.
didn't.
No, definitely not.
Oh,
Forgot about the height. No, sorry, I forgot about the
I can
height.
stand up straight. I can walk along it without getting my head back, Jamie.
It's okay for some, isn't it, Jane?
Mind you being short. A little door there. Is that the other cellar?
No, the other cellar's to the left here.
What's in that door then?
Do you really want me to look? And that's the noise of the pumps. Oh, it's another cellar.
It's another cellar.
Oh, let me get a picture. Roy didn't see that.
Cellars? You did say.
Roy didn't see that.
No. Has someone got their bum slapped down here, apparently?
Well, if we stay here long enough, Jane.
Yeah. Is that my bum?
Okay, should we? Well, let's go in here. Oh, what's the step? If you shut the door, we'll give a call. Oh, this is
Ooh.
very strange.
Yeah, look at the cage here. The cage.
Yeah, it's got drinks in it.
Locked up.
Is there somebody in here with us now?
At the door.
If there is, can you come forward and let us know you're here?
At the door there, Jamie.
You want to open it? Listen.
Yeah.
Could be them walking in.
Yeah. That's locked.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to ask if there's anybody in here with us now. Are you able to come forward and talk to us? Doorbell. It's only because I've turned the phone on. Could you move something in this room? We've got to go soon, so if you can and you're able to, we'd appreciate it if you could make a sound or move something. Touch one of us. There's me and Jane here. This is Jane. I'm Jamie.
Hello.
What was that?
Is that your stomach?
No, it wasn't. Did you just make a sound?
That's
Could-
a strange noise.
It was. That definitely wasn't my stomach.
Did it come from where you were stood?
It came from around here,
Yeah.
but I'd say if it was my stomach because
Hello?
I'm quite known for that.
Are you there? Someone there?
What's your name, please? This is a very odd room, this one, isn't it?
Very odd.
What's your name? Was this where you were working down here? Could you move one of the bottles on that shelf or on those shelves? Could I ask you if you were able to? There's bottles on the shelf down here. Could you move them bottles or move one of them?
Tap on the glass of the bottle.
Come on, talk to us. It's a bit weird here, isn't it? Because of the way the layout is and everything.
It is.
Would you like to talk to Jane?
Do you like the ladies? Is that why you slapped one of the ladies on the bum?
Can you do that to Jane? You don't need to hide, you don't need to be shy. Can't halfway that pump, can't you?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to go back upstairs now. If you want to, you can make a sound. If you can say goodbye that way or slap Jane on the bum.
Don't mind.
You would if it was really hard. If you did try, we do thank you. Oh, forgot about that step again. See in here, if you come along this one, Jane, this here, it's a bit too noisy to do any kind of
Yeah, you can
investigation
do-
in,
yeah.
but if you look at this one,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah.
Lots of barrels in there,
Yeah.
so you could have a barrel of fun.
Cold though, isn't it?
And on that-
Is that 'cause
yeah.
it has to be a certain temperature so
Yeah.
to store it.
I won't take a photograph of that one
because
because
that's open, that's where it comes in.
that's where the barrels come in, isn't it?
Yeah.
I won't take a picture of that
No.
one because it's like, look at secretive, I think.
Thank you.
If you did try to communicate with us, we do thank you. And we will see you again.
You will?
Jane?
Yes. What?
Unless, if that was them upstairs, that's fine. But I've just had knocking from over there. Like bum bum bum. Have you just tried to say good?
Oh.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. It was a switch or something though.
Was it there?
Yeah. Might have been on a switch. Might have
Well, what's over here to make that noise? Just to make sure that we debunk it. And you can't debunk it, can you?
No, nothing.
There's nothing there. Can you do that again? Back of my trousers gone really cold. On my bum.
Yeah, that's it.
It's gone really cold.
Jamie on the phone. Are you playing with us?
Are you down here with us now? I know it's a bit noisy, but can you move something? Jane, just stand there and just tell me if you feel any difference there in that corner. We're sorry about the noise of the pump.
No.
No? I'm not as cold now on my trousers and my backside. There's no coldness.
It's quite warm to me.
Yeah. That was strange. Let's get a picture of the way out before we run. Get that picture there, Jane. More. That's the way out. That's the way we're going.
Right.
Thank you. So
Were you moving around upstairs?
Walking.
you weren't.
I was, yeah, I was walking,
Maybe it
yeah.
was that.
Ah, right. Might have been Liz then.
Well, Damien put bang, bang, bang. Oh, no.
Oh, got you then, Roy. Right, so what we're doing now is I'm going to go back into the studio, and we would like to thank whoever was here for trying, and we will definitely come back here. I'll just get one more photograph so I can't both. So thank you. So, what we'll do then, we'll end the investigation there, and we'll go back to the studios at Access Paranormal Radio Podcast. So thank you for tuning in to the investigation. I'd really like to thank Roy Basnett for organising that. It's never been done before.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. The history in there is fantastic. I'd also like to thank the landlord.
Yeah.
He was brilliant.
Sounded really good. Shame I missed. I was away that week.
I know, that's why it went so well.
Yeah.
No, it was good, and it was nice to see Liz Waugh, because I haven't seen her for it,
Yeah,
and
it was
she
good to
enjoyed
hear.
it and that. She was,
Yeah.
and to see part of that building nobody's ever seen before, or nobody's been in for
Yeah.
years and years.
Oh, sounds
was
like
incredible.
a good one, that, Jamie.
It was.
We'll
It
have to get
was a belter.
Let's get back there when I'm here.
I spoke to the person who owns it,
Yeah.
and what he said is we can go back
Oh, brilliant.
with the group,
Wow.
and we can get it open for other groups as well.
Oh, that sounds good then, doesn't it?
The only thing is, when it's open for the other groups, it'll only be like a Monday and a Tuesdays,
Yeah.
and he'd have to contact us to
Yeah.
organise it. So
Yeah.
once we get, what we'll do is I'll get some more information on that and how much
Yeah.
it's going to cost to hire it, what time you can be there, and everything else. And we'll, if any groups are interested in that and they want to get in touch with us, they can do. What's the email address on that?
The email is info.accessparanormal@gmail.com, and you can also message us on Facebook or Instagram at Access Paranormal Radio Podcast, or you can give us a call or leave us a message on 07828 201 056.
I could have saved you doing that, by putting our adverts on what we like.
I know, a bit more personal now, innit?
Yeah, it's not professional with you,
Isn't he awful to me tonight, eh?
Oh, yeah. And if I repeated what you say to me off air and what you do to me off air, then these people would feel sorry for me.
Really?
Yeah, really? Where did you pop up from?
Asking for sympathy.
Hey?
Sympathy.
Well, in a little bit, us four are going to be going off. Once this show's finished, us four are going to be going off to do an investigation for half an hour, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. For next week's show. And if you carry on giving me cheek, you could be going there solo. On your own, that means, Lewis.
I know what solo means.
No torch, no phone, no walkie-talkie, no nothing.
Yeah, I'm locked in. It might not just be half an hour, it might be an hour. You might just go home and leave him there.
An all-nighter on your own.
Anyway, we haven't got long to go, and I want to have a little bit of a conversation. And I want to know, of all three of you, the scariest time you've had on an invest. And I'll start again from Jonathan.
Oh, scariest time.
Working with you three, to be honest with you, but that's another story.
Oh my word. The scariest place I've been. What was it been? I think the scariest has actually been the cellar in here.
Really? When was that?
A few weeks back. That shadow.
Oh, was that with you, Lee and James?
James, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually quite scary, that, to be honest.
Because
it came...
I wasn't scared. Again, I wasn't there.
No, I mean, I know we've seen it since, and we've seen it before, but there's been a couple of us. And sometimes it takes a while for it to come, doesn't it?
Mm.
But it doesn't come straight for you.
No, it waits.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it'll come like between us, and it'll come up to us, and like behind us or whatever.
Yeah.
But when the three of us were stood in that hallway, and it came straight towards me, and it's not slow. So that's it, frightened me.
That was the one where we went, good night.
Yeah. And we promptly run out of that cellar and up them stairs.
I've got to say, me and you done a solo last week, so I don't know how you felt going back down in that cellar on your own for a quarter of an hour.
I mean, I was apprehensive at first.
I was terrified.
I did see... I swear I did see something near the end. Near
Yeah.
the end room. Like a shadow on the wall.
But you didn't tell me that when I went down.
Of course not.
No.
And I also, like you, I think, because we've talked about it afterwards, a shadow by the stairs.
Yeah.
Well, it was on the stairs, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
So, yeah. But I don't know. I was only there for 15 minutes, so it wasn't...
Yeah.
It went slow, but it went quick, if you know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It wasn't as bad because I sat upstairs waiting, and then you were downstairs, and then we vice versa.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was the same in the classroom. So, Lewis, what's your scariest moment in a paranormal invest?
I'd say in the mini cellar in this building. Just the intensity. A couple of weeks back as well.
Was that with the...
That was with Louise and Jonathan.
Just
Yeah.
Just you three?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Three of us
It
done
was
an
really
investment,
intense in there. And that was quite scary,
Yeah.
to be fair.
It does get very intense down there,
So
doesn't it?
that's 2 years in Mill Street. And Louise?
Same. I'd say the small cellar, just because it was like the way it pushed us into the middle.
Yeah.
And then you could see like faces peeking, but all between us. And I think that's what set me off, was like to see something jolt right next to your face. Was like, what is that? Because obviously it freaked me out quite a lot.
The small cellar isn't open to the public neither.
No.
It's just for us.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to say the same. The small cellar.
Really?
Yeah, because if you remember, were you with us at that time, Jonathan? We were down in the cellar, and we thought the top door was going to be shut. And
Yes.
it was quite tense in there anyway.
I know.
And that was the night I went flying up the stairs as quickly as I could on all fours. The
Because
carpet
there
was wet and everything.
There was other people in the building. We know there was other people in the building who were down in the main cellar at the time.
That dark shadow.
Eh?
The dark shadow at the top of the stairs made us... panic.
Yeah, but we thought it was them messing around, didn't we? But we heard their footsteps because they had to walk sort of
Across the hall.
Yeah, and it's sort of over the little cellar.
Yeah.
So you hear the footsteps, but they didn't come until afterwards.
But what we have been down there a few times now, and Lee Arnold was affected.
Yeah.
I scared the living daylights out of the three of you on the Halloween special.
Oh, done them three, yeah.
Well, we were only repeat what they said.
Well, the cat ball jumped off the chair as well.
The cat ball jumped off the chair a week or so ago.
Yeah.
So we had that.
We always end up in a huddle in the middle.
Yeah.
When you and Louise went down, Jonathan, you felt really uncomfortable down there.
I did, yeah.
You got touched at the back of your neck.
Yeah, we always seem to get touched down there as well.
And you got scratched.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
But I'd never felt it, which was weird. You'd think
strange.
And something happened to you down in that cell the same night Lee got touched as well.
Yeah, because we were all sitting there having a laugh, wasn't we? Laughing, weird laughter about why we started laughing what we did. And we were all messing around and just having a good time. And then all of a sudden, like, I've jolted forward and it felt like someone went down my spine in the middle of my back. And I thought, it must be Lewis or someone, and it wasn't.
Well,
and then it happened to Lee, literally 2 minutes after.
The thing was, Louise, is I did say to Lewis, you did not do anything, did you?
Yeah.
Because all I wanted to do was get that confirmation. Now, I know Lewis,
sure.
and I know he wouldn't lie. If he'd done it, he'd hold his hand up and say, it was me, we were laughing and that.
Yeah.
Because I did catch a few of you when I put the torch on all, but it stopped.
We were messing, but we when you said, let's be serious now, we did stop. And then Lee got affected.
Yeah, so, I mean, all four of us, our scariest moments have been here at Mill Street Barracks.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of places, I don't know where yous have been, but the amount of paranormal investigations we've done over the years.
Yeah, been lots of different places.
That was quite tense.
Yeah.
Another one, what happened to me is the ancient ramming down in, I think it's Shotton, I think it is, in Gloucestershire. Yeah. And I was in, like, this part. I don't know whether you ever seen The Most Haunted, where Stuart got attacked, and it was in the ancient ramming. If you ever see it, it's quite good to watch. Not good for him, but it was quite good to watch as someone looking in on it. And I was in that room that like the barn part.
Oh, I know.
And I could see the blue sparks near the door. And we were quite right the way in the barn, the far end of that. And my chair started to shake. I asked it to stop, and I'll tell you, there was sitting next to me a girl called Kerry, and Hazel was there.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I said, my chair's shaking. I asked it to stop, and it stopped.
Yeah.
Then it started to shake again. I went to Kerry, put your hand on my chair, feel that. And it was shaking. And it stopped again. And I was quite, stop it, don't, this, that, and the other, I was trying to show, like, I'm not scared of you. Then, all of a sudden, I seen this white thing going along the floor from the entrance, coming right towards it and coming right up into my face. Oh, wow. And it looked like someone looking right into my face, and then it moved away again. I got out of that cell as quickly as I could after that. And the reason why is because we turned around and said, let's have a break. We need to get out of here because this is getting quite tense. Yeah. We went back into that again. About 2-3 weeks later, we booked it and went back. When we were in there, we went back into that part again. Hazel was there and a couple of other people, and everything was fine. Mike and Donna were there and everything else and that. Everything was going fine. And then all of a sudden, there was 2 knocks right near me, and Hazel said, "There's something right next to you, Jamie."
Ooh.
And I just said, "Okay, I'm going to stop and I'm going to go out."
Yeah.
So I stopped and I left that part of the building and I sat down where we could relax. And John Humphreys was alive then. Sadly, he's passed away now. And I sat with him, talking to him, and they all come back down and said, after you went, nothing else happened.
Ooh, strange, eh?
So, yeah. And I've never been back there since. We've got to go back to the ancient ramming. You would love it. It's brilliant. I've
never been either.
Well, I've seen Dark Territory. Watch the Dark Territory one down in the ancient ramming.
That's a good one.
It's a good one with Carl was left in the bishop's room.
That's right.
And what happened there was really good as well.
Yeah, brilliant.
Right, anyway, it's that time of the night that we've got to say goodbye to everyone. And we've got to say to SIMMS Cross Pub, thank you for letting us in there and doing a full an hour or so's investigation, which everyone's listening to now. And I'd also like to thank Louise for coming in. I'd like to thank Lewis for coming in. And I suppose I'll have to say thank you to you as well, Jonathan.
I suppose you will.
But we'll be back again next week.
Yeah, we will.
We'll have another investigation on, because we're going to go off now, even though we're finished. We're going to go off now and do a little bit of an investigation for next week's show. So tune in next week. Thank you again for listening in, and we'll see you again next week. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.